When we open the book of Revelation, we find a striking vision of human history under three faces of Babylon. First, the religious Babylon of chapter 17, torn down in 1798 with the decline of papal supremacy and the rise of secular modernity. Second, the economic Babylon of chapter 18, the global commercial order of our present world. Third, the totalitarian Babylon of chapters 13 and 16, the final dictatorship that will collapse under the weight of divine judgment. The question that matters most today is this: how does the economic Babylon fall? Revelation repeats a consistent sequence of signs: lightning, voices, and thunder. These are not random or arbitrary decrees. They are spiritual signals, messages from heaven preached through human messengers on earth. Like thunder heard from the sky but echoing below, these messages announce what is about to unfold in history. Earthquake. This marks the beginning of visible change, the sudden outbreak of war. It shakes society overnight, rearranges political power, disrupts economies, and unleashes armies. Hail. This is the final blow, the ancient image of stones and fire hurled over city walls, the modern image of bombs and missiles raining from above. The technology has changed, but the principle remains. The pattern is consistent. Messages prepare the stage, the earthquake breaks out in war, and the hail finishes the siege. Revelation draws on two historical models. Jerusalem, AD 6370. There was first a span of warning. Messages proclaimed unrest brewing. Then came the earthquake. The Roman armies surrounded the city, beginning the destruction. 7 years later came the hail, the final bombardment that brought the walls down. Ancient chronicles describe how flaming projectiles rained over the city, a literal storm from the sky. The symbol had a concrete anchor. Babylon 539 BC. Here the pattern was compressed. After the Battle of Opis, Babylon fell suddenly, in one night, as Daniel 5 records. The prophets Jeremiah and Isaiah had spoken of it falling suddenly and in one day. No long interval, but a swift collapse. Revelation does not cancel either pattern. Sometimes there is a window of years between beginning and end. But in the final fall, the sudden Babylonian model takes the lead. Swift war, rapid destruction. Daniel 8 speaks of the little horn, the Greek philosophy that rose with the Septuagint in 280 BC, trampling truth for 2,300 years. The timeline reaches our own era, 2020, when the seventh trumpet sounded. And we had the pandemic until 2023. Revelation 10 declares that at this time, the mystery of God, the sealed vision of Daniel, will finally be opened and understood. And in 2024, it happened. Also, at the sounding of the seventh trumpet, the temple of heaven is opened, the ark is seen, and what was attacked is restored to sight. In this context, the earthquake and hail are presented into one scene, which means that the beginning and ending of the war are compressed. The profile is clear, a short, intense conflict. Chapter 18 turns the spotlight to the economic face of the system. Merchants, captains, and sailors dominate the picture. Lists of cargo recall Ezekiel 27 and the trading empire of Tyre. Yet the language of collapse is relentless. In one day, in 1 hour, in one moment her riches are brought to ruin. The picture is unmistakable, a fall both sudden and limited in theater. The center burns, while the rest of the world stands at a distance, mourning the economic loss. This means that the fall of economic Babylon is not merely financial. It is military, war as the instrument of sudden collapse. Revelation 18 weaves together images from across Scripture, from Babylon, imperial arrogance and a fall in one day. From Tyre, global commerce by sea, merchants and mariners. From Nineveh, sorceries, pharmakeia that deceive the nations. From Jerusalem, the blood of prophets and saints. The great city wears all these traits at once: religious violence, economic domination, ideological deception, and political pride. And the verdict is the same, a swift fall of the center and global mourning over its loss. The maritime language, ships, sailors, standing far off, suggests a localized theater with global effects. A European center under siege, the rest of the world affected economically. Today, Europe is the hub of global institutions, trade networks, and political order. Russia, by its geography and antagonism, is the natural military counterpart. The text does not point to a global symmetrical war, but to a sudden European conflict, with worldwide consequences. The merchants and sailors are the rest of the world. America, Asia, global markets, watching the center burn and lamenting the loss of wealth. Jerusalem's model shows a window between warning and destruction. In prophetic alignment, the year 2024 marked the unveiling of Daniel 8's sealed vision. This opens a window of warning. But the execution itself, following the Babylonian pattern, will be swift, months, even days, between the outbreak and the final blow. That is why Revelation compresses earthquake and hail, and why chapter 18 insists in 1 hour, in 1 day. Revelation 18:23 says, "By your sorceries, all nations were deceived." The Greek word is pharmakeia. It names the ideological spell of the system, the global illusion by which nations were seduced. In our own time, we have seen how global narratives shift economies and politics. But once the earthquake of war begins, the spell is broken. And when the hail falls, the scene is closed. The destruction of the economic Babylon does not end history. It opens the way for the final phase. Chapter 13 shows the rise of totalitarian control, a second beast imposing the mark, uniting what remains in ideology and economy. Only then come the plagues of chapter 16, striking directly until the end. The sequence is clear: messages. Earthquake of war. Hail from above. Fall of the economic center. Rise of totalitarian control. Final plagues and judgment. Revelation gives us not a vague warning, but a precise scenario. The economic Babylon falls not by gradual decay, but by sudden war. The signs are consistent: lightning, voices, and thunder, messages proclaimed. Earthquake, the outbreak of conflict. Hail, the decisive blow from above. In 1 day and 1 hour, the rhythm of collapse. Standing far off, a localized theater with global consequences. The great city of Revelation 18 is the composite of Babylon, Tyre, Nineveh, and Jerusalem. Its guilt is total and its fall is swift. To call this Babylon economic is correct. To say it will fall by war is not only possible, it is demanded by the text. The economy collapses because the center is struck. And when it falls quickly, in a single day, in a single hour. And when it falls quickly, in a single day, in a single hour.